Which number?
10.
Number 10. Did you get that? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court Law number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court Law number 2. You was asked to come here today for jury service. The reason why we had you come in now is because all of the cases that we had on our trial docket have been resolved in one way or another. Some was pled, others were continued. And so therefore, and then we had another situation where a lawyer is already in trial in another case. And so, you can't be in two places at one time. A lawyer can't try two cases at the same time. And so therefore, all of our cases that we've had set are resolved. And first of all, I would like to again welcome you to County Court Law number 2. And then this morning we got off to a little rocky start. I don't know if everyone knew about the bump threat that we had here in the court. They said that they sent notices out to try to notify all the jurors. But that's what, so we got started off to like a little rocky or late start to our day. However, I know that when you received your notice to come to court, you may have been excited about having an opportunity to sit and serve on a jury in Jefferson County. And I do think that probably when I just told you that all our cases were resolved, you might be a little bit disappointed. And you might think to yourself that, well, I wasted a whole bunch of time. Well, let me tell you this. You did not waste your time. And the reason why I say that is because when we set cases for jury trials, a lot of things go on behind the scene. For example, before the jury shows up, or before summons go out, okay, he can have a seat. And so before our summons go out, what normally happens is we have individuals who are charged with crimes, and one, they have a right to have a jury trial. But before they even say or decide to have a jury trial, the state of Texas, which is the district attorney's office, and the defense or the defense attorney, they get together and they negotiate. And they may be able to resolve the case through what is called a plea bargain. And what a plea bargain is, it's an agreement to settle the case. And when I mean settling the case, normally what can happen is the person who is charged with a crime can agree to the punishment that is recommended by the district attorney's office. For example, the district attorney's office may look at the person's file, look at their criminal history, and look at a couple of other things, as well as talking to victims in the case, and they may decide to offer a person jail time, or they may decide to offer a person probation. There are two different types of probation. One is called adjudicated probation, which means that a person who gets adjudicated probation, we call it regular probation, will have a conviction on the record. The other type is called unadjudicated probation, which means that they will not be adjudicated guilty. That is deferred or put off. That's why we call it deferred adjudication. And if the person successfully complete the probationary period, they will not have a conviction on their record. However, they can, well, the case does not result in a conviction. the case will be dismissed and they can get what is called a non-disclosure. Non-disclosure just simply means that we cannot disclose to the general public that they were on deferred probation for the case. However, if they do not complete the probation, then they can get a conviction on the case if they do not complete the probationary period. Now, I said that to say this, that when the DA's office and the defense negotiates a plea bargain, then that case does not go on the trial docket. It's already on the trial docket, but they negotiate a plea bargain and we come in and do the plea. So the jury never sees the case. But it was because that there is a jury out there that is ready to serve as jurors, it helps the case to move. And the reason why I say that is because of this. A lot of times people say, well, I want a jury trial because they believe one or two things might happen. They believe the witness is not going to show up, or they might believe the jury is not going to show up. But on today's like today, when witnesses show up and when jurors show up, they say to themselves, you know what, that offer that the state made to me, that plea bargain offer they made to me 3 months ago, it looks pretty good right now. Because they know that there are juries here and the case is going to trial, and sometimes they have a change of heart. And so you or people like yourself help us to move our docket. And so therefore, I'd like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule, because we did have cases on the docket that was moved basically or primarily because of your presence here today. The other thing that I would like to say is I know that when you came to court, you looked over the top of the door and you said, oh, this is County Court at Law Number 2. This is Judge Holmes' court. I'm in the right place. Well, first of all, this is not Judge Holmes' court. I'm a public servant. This is your court because this courthouse belongs to the citizens of Jefferson County. And so I'm only a public servant here serving the citizens of Jefferson County. I've said that to say this. Anytime that you're in the area of the courthouse, County Court at Law Number 2, you can come and have a seat in your courtroom. It's open to the public. All trials and proceeding by statute, Article 1.24 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure states that shall be held public. And so you can have a seat in the area that you're sitting in. We call that the peanut gallery. But it doesn't mean you can bring peanuts in here and eat, because this is not the Texas Roadhouse. But you can come and have a seat in your courtroom and see what goes on in Jefferson County. And I assure you that you'll find that it is very interesting, because there are some very interesting things that goes on in our county. We may not be aware. Everything is not aired on television. However, I did mention that you can have a seat in the peanut gallery, but if you cannot come and have a seat in the peanut gallery, you can watch us on YouTube. Actually, we're airing on YouTube right now. And so you can come and see what goes on in your courtroom, see what goes on in Jefferson County. Now, in County Court at Law Number 2, I've been judge here since December of 2016. I was elected in November of 2016. And within the first 100 days of taking office, I started a program that I call the CSI program. CSI stands for Community Safety Initiative. It is a program that is designed to address the issue of what we call recidivism. Recidivism means that people are committing crimes over and over. And so how do we stop that? Well, I started the program, the CSI program, within the first 100 days of taking office. And with that program, we have partnerships with agencies in the community. One of the agencies that we have a partnership with is the Spindletop Center. It's our local mental health center. And what Spindletop do on Tuesdays, they will come in, because on Tuesday we have what is called arraignments. And the arraignments is the first time that an individual comes to court after they have been arrested and charged with a crime. So they come to court for the first time for arraignment. And so Spindletop can do a private interview, an assessment. They can develop a treatment plan, for outpatient and inpatient service for those individuals who have mental issues. Now, you do not have to be insane or incompetent to participate in the program. You could just merely suffer from anxiety or depression. And Spindletop has the knowledge and expertise to address your mental health needs. Now, Spindletop also has a program that is called ATAR. Acronym is ATAR, stands for Addiction, Treatment, and Recovery. It's a drug and alcohol recovery program. We also have a partnership with our local drug and alcohol council that has a similar program that is called OSAR, OSAR. OSAR stands for Outreach, Screening, Assessment, and Referral. Both programs are drug and alcohol recovery programs designed to address individuals who have issues with drugs and alcohol. They will do a screening, an assessment, and a referral to either outpatient or inpatient treatment to address whatever drug or alcohol issues you may have. If you are unemployed, if we have defendants who are unemployed or they're looking for a better job, well, we have a partnership with the Golden Triangle Empowerment Center, who has a partnership with Lamar University. Lamar University has a program that is called CICE. It's an acronym that stands for Center for Innovation, Commercialization, and Entrepreneurship. It is a job training and a job placement program in the hotel industry, the shipping industry, and the chemical industry. Once you're trained in any one of those areas that you select, or once they are training in one of those areas that they select, then CICE will assist them at getting a job in the area that they're trained in. Now, if the individual has not graduated from high school or do not have a GED, well, CICE has a GED program where the person can receive their graduate equivalency diploma. Now, all of these programs that I just mentioned are free. Does not cost them anything. In fact, it doesn't cost the county a cent. Only thing it does cost is time. And I'd like to say in this court, we do not just give time. We take our time. That is, we do not just arrest the problem, we address the problem. And we believe that if we address the problem, we can produce productive people. And if we produce productive people, we can make Jefferson County a safer place for all of us to live, work, go to school, raise our family, go to church. And so I always say that when you come to county court at law number 2 in Jefferson County, Texas, we do not just have court as usual, we have unusual court. And it's not because we're different, but it's because we're trying to make a difference in the lives of the individuals that come before this court. And if we make a difference in their life, we will make a difference in their home. And if we make a difference in their home, we will make a difference in the community, because what comes out of the home goes into the community. And so with this program, hundreds of people have been helped. We also help in our crime rate by producing productive people. And all of these programs, there's another benefit to these programs. Not only they're free, but they can be used as community service. So for example, if a person were required to pay fine and court costs, but they couldn't pay it on a payment plan. If we put them on a payment plan, then we can convert the fine and court costs to community service. And for 1 hour community service that they perform in a nonprofit organization, then or 1 hour community service in the mental health treatment, or 1 hour in the job training program, or 1 hour in the GED class, or 1 hour for drug and alcohol treatment, they will receive $12.50 that will be credited toward their fine and court costs. 1 hour will be credited toward community service, and they're in the program. So I always tell people this: you're not killing 2 birds with 1 stone, you're killing 3 birds with 1 stone. You're in the program, you're doing community service, and you're paying your fine and court costs. And so all of these programs, as I mentioned, are free, does not cost the citizens of Jefferson County 1 cent. Now, This will, as I mentioned earlier, will conclude your service as jurors in this case. And if you need an excuse, some people need an excuse for work, or you may need an excuse for something else, then you can get that excuse from the district clerk's office, or if it's job related, we have a receptionist who will be able to provide you with the information and the excuse that you need. Okay? So this will conclude your jury service. Where's the bailiff? Okay. And the bailiff, now, before I let you go, I just want to mention this, that a lot of times, when we come to court, you see me and there's usually other people in court. And that simply means that I cannot do this job by myself. We have court coordinators. We have Ms. Trina Redmond. She's one of our court coordinators. We have Ms. Glenda Segura. She's another court coordinator. We have a court administrator, Ms. Brilla Jackson. They're not here. And we have usually have our court reporter, Miss Ada Christie. She's not here. We usually have our prosecutors. We have for our prosecutors, we have Mr. Andrew Hubel and Miss Haley Simmons. When I say prosecutor, I use the word prosecutor, but what that is, they are assistant criminal district attorneys that work for our district attorney. So they are attorneys. They're usually here on one side. And then we usually have a defense attorney on the other side. Ms. Brenda Mosby is our normal bailiff, but Ms. Mosby is not here, and we have our other bailiff, Malbro, Miss Malbro. Miss Malbro is substituting for Miss Mosby. And also we used to have Miss Martin. She's usually substituting as well. So we have a lot of help in this courtroom so that we can make sure justice is done. And that's what the job of not only this court, the judge, but the prosecutors, the defense, the jury, make sure that justice is done. So again, ladies and gentlemen, your jury service at this time is concluded. Now, if anyone have any question, you can just please raise your right hand. And if you do not have any questions, the bailiff, Ms. Malbro, have some letters for you that you can read. Drop a line if you need it. Yes, ma'am. What kind of information you need about the different courts? Right here. You need have them. We have now. Do you have that brochure from Spindletop? They have a brochure. Yeah. Okay. Anybody need one or? Okay. Here you go. This is the that's the handout for the job training and placement. That's at Lamar University. And then the brochure that she has is Spindletop. Yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the citizens of Jefferson County and the staff here in County Court at Law No. 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention. And before you are released, I normally give, I usually like to give everyone a handshake, because we still have COVID in our community. However, I like to give what I call an air handshake. So at this time, I'm going to give an air handshake to each and every one of you. All right. And your service is over. Make sure, and we pray that each and every one of you have a blessed day. You're excused. Yeah. And this will conclude.
I sat in the meeting.
Trial in County Court, Order number 2, Judge County, Texas, Judge Terrence L. Holmes.